I can see a beautiful halo around your head. And it feels like, do you ever work with the Archangel Raphael?
Yeah, every night, actually.
Okay, because
I
he is
have been.
standing like right behind you. Gosh, I almost want to cry. He's coming in and just really sending a lot of healing energy for you. I don't know if you've been asking for it or you need it, and
Mhm,
it's on a lot of different levels. He really wants to work with you
mhm.
and really hone in on your healing. Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm good, Sherry. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
All right.
you.
Let me just scan your energetic field here just a bit. One thing that your spirit team is showing me is when somebody gets married, how they have a little flower girl and she kind of throws the flowers to the side. They said you've done that your whole life, like you just spread seeds of happiness to people, maybe even strangers, just little gestures or things that you do. We don't think that you realize how many times that you have made somebody's day just by giving them a little tiny bit of attention. And you have done that throughout the years. But you have also pulled in it. When we go through your timeline, it feels like you've pulled in a lot of sadness from people too. Um, Takes me right into the heart and then down into your stomach, which tells me you're very empathic. And not only can you feel sorry for people, but you can feel how they feel. And you're really good at trying to help people. You're a wonderful listener, but in the meantime, while you're doing that, you soak up some of their energy, and we don't know if you realize that you do that.
Mhm.
Um, and do you do any type of where you release energy?
I try to. Yeah, gone through phases where I do it more than others. Like I used to practice decording a little bit,
Okay.
and sometimes I'll go, like that.
hmm Yeah,
Um,
perfect. We would suggest that you kind of do it, even if you feel it or not, because sometimes you can get little latch ons because your energy is really out there. We love it. The light is bright, so you'll attract more of a lot of things, entities or things of that nature, just like I do. And so,
mhm.
kind of release every day. Make the intention to just clear your energetic field. Um, I know you said you have a dog, but we do love animals
Yeah,
for
too.
you. And yeah, the little furry friends, because you're such a wonderful animal communicator, not only with the domesticated animals, but also outside. The more that you, of course, you know, the more you go outside, the better off you're going to feel.
Yeah.
Um, we are also seeing like a roller coaster for you. I don't know if you've been going through an emotional time lately, but they just show me a roller coaster. And it's funny because they say sometimes, you know, you might be having a bad day and nothing will change. And then you get up and you feel better the next day, even if the situation hasn't changed.
Mhm.
So that right there tells us that there is still more clearing work that needs to be done, um, because some of these are just stuffed emotions of other people's and things of this nature that are coming out that want to be released. Now, we do also see things outside of you in the situation around you or people around you, loved ones, maybe only, maybe even in your life as well. There's just situations that you just can't control. And your spirit team is saying, kind of, uh, try to roll with the changes. Try to when something doesn't turn out the way that you think it should, just try to ask your spirit team, what am I supposed to learn here? And just try to, I almost want to say surrender,
Mhm.
instead of beating your head up against the wall, because it feels like you do that a lot when things don't go your way. And not that you're broken. I mean, we all do that. Um, but they're just saying sometimes just surrender and think. Sometimes I tell myself, you know, when things don't go, and I say, oh, well, who cares? Whatever,
Mhm.
who cares? And when you do that, something happens to where you let go of that grip of the outcome. and then things will just kind of wiggle its way out, almost like a splinter in your finger. You know how you'll
Mhm.
get a splinter and sometimes you don't do anything, it'll just kind of come out on its own? That's kind of what they're saying to you, is you're going to be tested a lot here in the next maybe 6 months of situations that come up that are out of your control, and it's almost like it's your higher self testing you to see how you're going to react to it.
Mhm.
And that way it can give you a marker, and it's almost as if you really let it get its teeth into you, then it's going to hang on. But if you kind of almost surrender and say just let it be, then it will kind
Mhm.
of just go through you.
Right.
um are you they just show me cards. Do you do any kind of angel cards or tarot cards?
I do some. I haven't in a while. Actually, I did some
Okay.
angel cards. I have angel cards right over in my living room. Every now and
Okay,
then I'll
because
pick one, but I haven't done
yeah.
tarot since COVID, honestly.
Okay.
Um,
We like the angel cards for
mhm.
you, because the minute I said that, I can see a beautiful halo around your head. And it feels like, do you ever work with the Archangel Raphael?
Yeah, every night, actually.
Okay, because
I
he is
have been.
standing like right behind you. Gosh, I almost want to cry. He's coming in and just really sending a lot of healing energy for you. Um, I don't know if you've been asking for it or you need it, and
Mhm.
it's on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, for
And
me and for my sister's, she's having her fourth operation tomorrow morning. So I've been calling on him for her a lot, and then just for myself for different, things.
mhm. The minute you said that, they're saying, in, of course, you can do your own way, but we're just suggesting another way. Envision her in a bubble in front of you,
Mhm.
and have Archangel Raphael come in with you. He's the master healer, as you know, and envision her, him working on her, and then envision her perfect and her health as well.
Mhm.
Um, Getting back real quick here to the angel cards. Um, he really wants to work with you and
Mhm.
really hone in on your healing. Um, and he's just saying pull a card every day, or you can even do it for your animals. Pull them for your little furry friends, and then ask him to give healing or to give you messages on how to heal, because he's wanting to train you to really open up your healing.
Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be Reiki. You know, Reiki's such a big thing. Everybody's a Reiki master,
Right.
like everywhere, a dime a dozen. And not that that's a bad thing. There's wonderful Reiki healers, but they're saying that you can also heal in your own different kind of way, because you don't like to be a cookie cutter. You don't like to be a follower. You like to be a leader, and you want to come up maybe with your own kind of healing modality. Of course, you can pray for people, but they're just saying Archangel Raphael really wants to come in and work with you to really. Every time I say that, my hands start to tingle, and almost like I can feel the energy coming out of my hands. So that's something that you can work with. Another thing now that your team is kind of throwing me into, we are seeing little fairies, sprites, and gnomes, of course, getting outside the best that you can. The more that you get your feet or your hands in the dirt, the
Mhm.
more grounded you're going to feel. Because sometimes the breath is very shallow. And if you can't get outside, then work on your breath. They also like a little bit of yoga. I don't know if you do any type of stretching.
I do stretching, but I'm not into yoga necessarily, but I will do sort of yogic poses, I guess.
That
Um,
to me is yoga. Anything that
mhm.
is just bending to me is yoga, because I don't do yoga either. But they're saying that's wonderful too, to kind of get the energy going through you.
Mhm.
I'm no doctor, but I am very drawn down your back a little bit,
Mhm.
and down in your spine. And again, I'm no doctor. It's nothing physical. It just feels like stuck energy that's there,
Mhm.
and it might even hinder into your hips a bit. Um, so maybe just kind of work on the breath and the stretching. They said that will kind of release some of that stuck energy.
Mhm.
Some of that, what we see, could be there way back even from childhood.
Well, probably. I mean, I've got like a little scoliosis, but I have something multifocal motor neuropathy. But I took a bunch of walks the other day and then I did these two ballet moves since I used to do ballet. And when I got to the left side where I'm affected, my back went on me. And I'm like, ah. So now I'm a little stiff from it. That might be what you're picking up on. And I should probably do like the baby pose or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
just
we
to
wouldn't.
stretch that. It's a lumbar, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, and again, combine that maybe with a little bit of. I'm sure you've done probably inner child work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe kind of combine that because it feels like there's a couple of stones that have not been turned over yet. You know that saying, don't leave a stone left unturned or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Yeah.
feels like there's a couple of things that maybe you might want to go back and revisit. Might be, this kind of just came in very quickly, might not have to do with the parents, it might have to do with uncles or maybe an extended family member,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not the immediate family. Sometimes we can create personas um, by just something that someone says that really affects us in a wrong way or a right way, but usually it's in a negative way. And then we create personas. I call them like little Play-Doh people. You know, every time somebody says something to us, we take another little piece of Play-Doh and stick it on. And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
teacher says this and that. And then here we are, little Play-Doh person. And that's who we think we are when we're an adult. But a lot of that is not real. It's just what we think is real in our mind. That's why people do the inner child work, is to try to get all that Play-Doh away and get to the true you.
Mm-hmm.
You have really come a long way. Um, they say with your spiritual work, because I don't know, I'm almost getting the feeling that nobody led you. You kind of found your own way in spirituality. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just saying that's the way you like to roll. Again, we're going to reiterate, you're not a cookie cutter. You like to be the leader. And Archangel Raphael would really like to work with you, um, coming up with some type of a healing modality, and it's not Reiki. And it doesn't mean that you'll be out on a big platform. Maybe it does. We don't know. They're not showing us that right now. But there is a part of you that loves to serve people. Is that
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah, and animals. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Actually, we kind of like you serving animals more than humans. Not
Yeah.
that you don't like humans, but we really like animals for you.
Mm-hmm.
And and again, it doesn't have to just be the cats and the dogs. Um, we saw squirrels for you, all of this coming in, and they're going to be really big messengers. You're going to find that it's, Irene says, almost creepy that when if you go outside, animals are, all of these little critters are just going to be almost attracted to you like a magnet. And the more that they do that, the more that you'll start to communicate with them with your telepathy. Do you do that now?
Oh, I try to, or fancy that I can, but I mean, I've got some good birds here. Like this morning, or was it yesterday morning? Two mockingbirds came literally this far from my face, chasing each other. They kind of fight a lot, it seems, or they're courting. I don't know, but they were boom right here. And then I've got this robin that really loves me, and I'll talk to him, and
See?
he's like, hmm, hmm. But I
When you
can't
talk
seem to
to
make a crow friend. I'm trying to get a crow over here, but
Well, what you do is when one of your little furry friends or feathered friends come up to you, use your telepathy and say, "Oh, will you fly to the left or fly to the right or whatever," and see if they do that because they that's how they communicate is through telepathy.
mhm.
And when you do it, when you try to connect with them, don't use your words, although of course you're going to use your words, but try to send pictures.
Right, that's hard to do, I think, but
Well, yeah, you could just throw the word left. They pick up on
mhm.
the pictures as well.